Hello lovely booktube. I am here with another book haul. It's been a little while since I've done one, and this isn't even all of the new books that I have purchased in the last month or so, but I thought rather than just doing one huge haul I would do a couple of shorter ones. And yeah, I've sort of got a range of, there's some YA, there's some romance, some fantasy. I think there's one classic, or a couple of classics as well. First up is Bedtime for Bonsai by Elaine Fox. This was just one that I'd found in the $3 bin at Big W, and I'm not going to lie to anybody, that little puppy there, that is pretty much why I bought the book, which is it's kind of a ridiculous reason why, but he's cute and his name's Mr. Darcy. Basically his owner, Penelope, has just sort of gone through a big relationship change. Her marriage is over, so she wants a child, but she gets a dog. And Mr. Darcy sort of needs a little bit of obedience training because he keeps on going across the road to the hot, I don't know what kind of shop he's got. It just says Baltimore bad boy Dylan Mercy. So basically he keeps on going over to his shop, so I'm assuming that he will be bringing our hero and heroine together, but let's be honest, I'm kind of there for the puppy. Next up is a YA paranormal sort of romance, I'm guessing. It's to do with witches. It's The Dark Glamour by Gabrielle Pierce. And this was one of my $3 bargain basement books, so really it was cheap. That's kind of why I bought it. Because normally, probably starting a new series, I wouldn't necessarily purchase it. But I thought I'd give it a go anyway. I'm kind of thinking maybe it's a little bit like Gossip Girl but with witches, because it's to do with, yeah, the social arts of witches and everything. So who knows what it's going to be like. I don't know if anybody else has read this. If you have, let me know in the comments down below. But yeah, I just thought for $3, even if I don't like it, I can just donate it to work or give it away. I also managed to find Tony Hawk's Round Island with a Fridge. This was also in my $3 haul, and it's sort of just him travelling around Ireland with a fridge. The title's pretty much self-explanatory. We actually bought this for our book club group a few years back. We haven't got around to reading it yet, but I have heard lots of good things about it. Plus, it's about Ireland, and I do love Ireland, so I am looking forward to reading about his travels and adventures and all sorts of the shenanigans that he does get up to. I also got another YA witchy school-based one, which is Hex Hall by Rachel Hawkins. I have heard good things about this series, and again it was $3, so that's pretty much why I bought it. Normally I wouldn't start a new series without perhaps just checking it out a little bit first, but I kind of thought it might be a little bit like The Craft. I'm not sure, correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought for $3, well, I can read the first one and see what I think about it. Hopefully it's good. I also managed to grab Savages by Don Winslow. This has recently been made into a movie with Salma Hayek, Aaron Johnson, who's that other hot boy? Chicken Burrito! Taylor Kitsch. Tangent. But this is basically to do with drugs and the Mexican cartels, and I quite enjoyed the movie, so $3, I thought I'd check it out and see what it was like. I'm hoping it's good. I also got Kafka, Metamorphoses and Other Stories. Basically this guy wakes up one morning and he is a bug. And I guess he's perplexed, his family are perplexed, They don't really know why, and I think in the end they kind of are. I don't really know how to explain it. It's strange. They don't treat him very nicely. I know that. This was actually one of the books that they read. I think it was last year on the First Tuesday Book Club. If you're in Australia, that's on ABC's on the first Tuesday of every month. It's hosted by Jennifer Byrne, but they did quite enjoy this book, so I thought I would check it out and see what it was like. Another classic I got was by Hubert Selby. It's Requiem for a Dream. I don't know if you guys have seen this movie. It's by Darren Aronofsky. Has Jared Leto, the chick from The Labyrinth, Jennifer Connelly. It's got her Wayans in it, and it's got that awesome lady. She's old. And it has one of the most amazing soundtracks ever. Clint Mansell is just awesome at soundtracks and music in general, really. And I think he often does work with Darren Aronofsky together. The music in this, it just really fits the story. It's a pretty confronting film to watch. You sort of, pretty much all of the characters are addicted to one form of drug or another, whether it be chemical or television, and yes, it's basically just them going down this horrible spiral, and I guess, yeah, not being able to escape from that. So I am actually looking forward to reading this as much as one can with quite dark subject matter, but if it's anything like the movie, I know that I will enjoy it. And this one, it was pretty, so I had to buy it basically. This is The Fault in Our Stars by John Green. I already own a paperback and an audio copy of this, but as I said, it was pretty. And it's hardback. It's one of the special editions, and I haven't actually seen any of these around. This is the first one I had seen. It was in our local Big W store. I had tried to buy the Penguin Teens one, which I think had a more of a silver cover, but do you think I couldn't access it anywhere, which was actually quite bad, because I had talked to Penguin on YA on Twitter, and I emailed them. Nobody wanted to sell me a damn copy of the pretty book. But it's okay, because I do own that one now. And I think I might actually reread that, because I have recently seen the movie, so I would like to read it again. Next up is one that I've got from my library book sale. It's The Stolen Child by Keith Donoghue. This is his first novel, and I have read this. I read it a few years ago for our Just a Little Book Club, and it is basically a story of changelings. I don't know if any of you are familiar with W.B. Yeats. He is a poet, and he'd written a poem. What else would he have written? About changeling children. Basically, Henry, one day he runs out and runs away from home, and he's hiding in a tree, and he gets kidnapped by the changelings, and they give him a new name and replace him with another changeling. And it's sort of, nobody really knows or notices anything until the new Henry starts to show a great proficiency in playing the piano, whereas the old Henry was never able to play it that well. And it's sort of, it's told from alternating points of view, from Henry and from the changeling, and you sort of just discover their life and how long the changeling that replaced Henry has been sort of living in that little world where time stops, I guess, because the kids don't age. They just stay at the same sort of age they are when they're taken. So I definitely recommend giving that one a read. It's a few years old now. I don't actually know if he has written any more books. I think at least one. And I don't know why I haven't picked it up, because I did enjoy reading this one, so hopefully I'll actually get a chance to give this another a read through again this year when, you know, I don't have anything else to read. I also have Jessica Shervington's new book Disruption. I basically picked this up after I listened to Between the Lives, which I thought was absolutely fantastic. I really enjoyed that book, so I thought I'd give this one a go. This is basically, the idea is that they can pick your perfect, who would be your perfect match. Whatever and they use microchip technology. So beyond that, I don't really know much about it. I'm just sort of assuming that it's kind of going to be a little bit dystopian, way romancy type thing. But yes, I am looking forward to reading that. I am listening to her first book in her Angel series, Embrace, at the moment. I have only just started it, but I am quite enjoying it, so that is a good sign. Much more than I enjoyed Fallen by Laura and Kate. That one kind of made me angry. Next up is The Night Circus by somebody, Erin Morgenstern. This is another one from my library's book sale table, and pretty much I have heard a few things about this, and apparently it's quite good, but really I sort of just looked at it and I just went, oh, it's so pretty, which is generally my main reason for getting a book. But it's got these gorgeous little end papers, and there's beautiful nice topography. I can't say the word right, but yes. So and there is a night circus only available at night, and there's basically two magicians, I think, that are in love, but I think they are owned, or they work for different people, so they get pitted against each other. So I'm not quite sure where that's going to take the story, but it possibly could end in heartache, I'm guessing. I also have The Light Between Oceans by M.L. Stedman. This I have already read also. I read this for our book club last month, I think it was. It's won a few awards. This is the first book by this particular author. I won't talk too much about it because I am going to do a full review, but I really did enjoy this. I was frustrating, but I enjoyed it. So I'll leave it at that until the next video. And lastly, I have the new Catherine Hine title, which is Rocking Horse Hill. On one hand, I am really looking forward to reading this book. I do enjoy her writing. It's what they are now calling rural romance, but I am going to have to mentally prepare myself for this, because anybody who knows me knows that I do love a good horse story. But I started reading her first novel, Promises, which is, you can sort of see it just there, and quite at the very start of that there is a little bit of a horrible accident with some horses when they're running a race. And so yes, I wasn't prepared for that, so I actually had to put the book down and leave it for a couple of weeks. And I know speaking to Catherine that there is going to be another such horrible point in the book. So yes, well, I am really looking forward to it because she does write wonderfully, and I really enjoy, she's got some great humour in her books. She came recently to our library service to talk about her writing style and how she got into writing, and she does often put things that happen to her or to other people into her stories, so there are some very amusing and funny points in her books. So there is that, which is the reason, I guess, why I purchased, because I do like her writing. And now I'm waffling a little bit. So that's it for today for my book haul. As I said, I do have some more, but I hope you enjoyed it. If you have read any of those books at all, please let me know. If you've got any, I say if you've got any recommendations. I don't really need any recommendations, but I don't mind. I like a good recommendation or two. Until next time, happy reading. Bye.